Alright, it's time to break a few eggs and see if we can make a excellent deck in standard Hearthstone with Egg DK. Now, this deck was inspired by this comment on the channel. They wanted to see a Egg Quest DK list, but sadly, I tried that variant out and it didn't really feel that great. However, once I took out the cards that were needed for the quest and filled it with more ways to make sure we could easily get additional copies of our Egg in DK, this deck felt great. The essential idea of the list is we are going to be trying to use Egg of Khelos in DK by using Corpse Explosion to basically instantly trigger it all the way while also wiping out our opponent's board, making it where we have a 20/20 on board or like a 20/10, and most opponents won't be able to deal with it from their hand, but we can also use Dissolving Ooze to dissolve that minion. Then on the following turn, slam something like Umbra down to fill up the board again with a bunch of more eggs, making it very difficult for most opponents to deal with. Now, for the Mulligan Guide of the list, you are always going to be looking for Holy Egg Bearer. This is the most important card to keep in your opening hand. If you see the egg in your opening hand, you can keep that too. But don't keep them both, since one will draw into the other. Then Elise is a pretty good card to keep. Any early game removal tools, such as Infested Breath, or ways to generate tokens, such as Morbid Swarm, are pretty good too. Draw power cards are the final cards that you're going to be looking for now. With all being said, let's look at some games. In my heart of hearts, I would love it for it to be anything besides Protoss, but I know for a fact it is sadly probably going to be Protoss. So we'll have to deal with it when we have to deal with it, right? Opener isn't really that good against Protoss either here, so... Okay, that is kind of interesting. We don't really have a play here, so I guess we just pass it back. Alright, just going to slide this in. Still don't know what our opponent is playing. Moment of truth. That... You don't know how little information that actually gives me. Okay, the photon cannon does give me... It is Protoss. I'm so glad that we don't have to deal with Protoss for after a few more weeks. It definitely is one of those things where it's just like, man, I'm so sick and tired of seeing Protoss. It isn't even funny. But hopefully, afterwards, we don't have any other... If they keep the power level of sets towards where they've been for this last year, I think we are in a fine position, but I don't know. It's not looking good, man. It's not looking good. Though I will say this, the end of year for mobile TCG games, the data for it about how much money each TCG game has made, with excluding China, since there's a separate app for a lot of these games in China. Hearthstone was third, which actually kind of shocks me. It beat out Master Duel, it beat out Marvel Snap, which I know is not doing so well. And at the tippy top was Pokemon Pocket, which doesn't really shock me. The world is obsessed with Pokemon. I've been playing a fan-made Pokemon game for a little bit now, and I've been having a lot of fun with that. It sucks that the fans make better games than the actual official company, but it is what it is, right? Okay, Drive in the Shadows. The good news is we have the egg, right? The bad news is this is a matchup where getting just one of them might be a little bit of a problem. The reason I say that is Chill Invulsion exists, right? But if we can get the combo online before they can actually slam down Chill Invulsion, we should be fine. I think actually next turn we go for the very explosive play of explosion, and then I think that gives us at least one turtle. Should actually get us both. We don't have enough corpses for them to be like low HP either. So it might just be GG for our opponent. Okay. Pop the egg. And we just need 3 more breaks and we're good to go. Okay. Moment of truth. Did I calculate this correctly? Is this going to be the explosive turn 6 2024? Actually, it'll probably be like a 2018. I'd assume. Huh? It is gonna be the turn 6 220 attack minions. Enjoy! Either you got Chill and Vol'jin. Oh, you wouldn't even have had the mana for it either. I guess it's time for Turtle Power! Oh, this is a much, much better hand. Like, turn 1, turn 2. They're going to get Rabble Lease. Actually, we have perfect curve in this list. Because first turn this, right? Second turn, Bearer to get the egg. Turn 3, egg. Turn 4, Elise. For like a cheap, hopefully, copy. Or we could do a 5 cost. Actually, we probably should do the 5 cost. Like I said, just like turn after turn, we're just getting perfect curve.
I remember this place well.
I knew for the fact that they were going to wait. Let's slam down the egg. I wish I had enough damage for Elise to be destroyed because they're probably going to end up bouncing it back, but egg is actually just like a hard counter to rogue. Oh, unless they have an egg of their own. But to be fair, they now have to figure out a way to destroy the egg multiple times. Which is not going to be the easiest thing in the world to do.
I remember this place well.
So, rush, and we didn't get a copy, so we'll do the discover. Okay. We are going to break their egg once. Oh, Eternal Layover is so funny. Well, they have multiple eggs now, which is okay. It does mean our like big payoffs for the eggs are going to be a little bit harder to use.
Who could put a price on such powerful artifacts?
These don't have mind control. Okay, they have mind control. Wait. I'll bounce it back to your hand? Yeah, okay. Annoying, but okay. Is there a way for me to... Because this will pop that, and this will pop that. The play is we basically get the egg to where it's only one egg left. And then mind control.
So many memories.
Okay. Free spell? Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so if we get into here, and we're keeping this because, yeah, and then slamming down with these. The reason why we're keeping the time stop is because I'm going to mind control, like snipe the mind control on a egg with only one left. I guess we could have also used Shelter Seal to like bounce it forward, but okay, there's 2 left. Okay, so we can snipe it next turn. Because what are they going to do against a 20-20?
Connect to those unseen.
Oh, that literally did nothing for them. Okay, that did something. I mean, they just helped us, right? Show it the 2020 that can go face. Can we get double battle cry on here? No. Okay. We don't want that copy. I'm gonna go grab Ceaseless, because that could come up. 2 more breaks. Rewind. I'm just trying to get as many in. How? How did... I don't know how many times I've played a deck where I've used Portal Vanguard and it's just like, yeah, you want to try your fate again? By the way, it's going to give you the exact same card. I guess they could be running Dethrone instead of... I can't think of what the card's called. Dubious Purchase. Which might be a little bit of a problem, but should be okay. They got Corpse Explosion from us. They have enough corpses for this to matter. Oh! Wait. They're just going to give us another 2020. Didn't work how they wanted it to work. I mean, yeah, it... Okay, and the egg comes back. Wow, what will we ever do? Only if we had a Ceaseless Expanse. Especially if only we had a Ceaseless and you didn't keep discounting our Ceaseless. That's all we gotta do. Actually, let's hit here. I mean, we don't even need the Ceaseless now, right? Because I want to keep the ceaseless for later. And we're hoping it hits the 3/3. And it does. It's so fun to just see, like, the worms, you know. Oh no! Another... Are they going to have enough for this? It is a problem. No, they don't have access to... I can't think of the card. Ooze, because we had the ooze already.
I remember this place well.
Okay, 2 damage to face. Okay, we're hero powering, getting rid of the egg, and then we ceaseless expansing the board. We could also corpse explosion, but ceaseless here is just better. If I had 1 more mana, Husk would be really, really nice. But because we don't, we're going to rewind it, and hopefully we hit... Oh, did I not use... Okay, the ooze... That's what we wanted to hit. Have fun getting rid of the 10/10. I mean... I did just... Okay. That's my bad. Good news is... We're still probably perfectly fine. I'm gonna heal myself with the Ziliax. Okay, so we're at 28. I'm very curious of like what they have left in the deck that would make them want to stay in this game. They are still running Dubious Purchase. That's kind of a shock. Okay. I'm going to slam down the Umbra. I'm hoping a 20/20 is here on the board. If there isn't, that's okay. I'll take this for later. And enjoy the eggs. And next turn, we slam the bones on top of our hero power and go face. Oh, that Ziliax. Interesting. That's not a Ziliax I would have expected. I guess it's like anti-fatigue, right? And it is a 7-drop. There's edge cases where this is alright, right? The shitty thing is, the Corpse Explosion would just nuke the board. I don't want to do exactly that. So... didn't think that one through. Actually, no, I did. It was like, I didn't think that through. And then I'm like, well, actually, no. You just get a board of huge minions. Enjoy. Enjoy the 3. Oh, well. Okay, not 3. I am going to get rid of 2 of cards here, keeping Swarm. But Romy definitely is a card that I've been actively considering doing something with. But I honestly don't think she has a proper home. The only reason why I'm suggesting Moldara is because Muldara allows you to... You have a bunch of spores, right? So you're not going to accidentally draw into the other cards that you're trying to draw off of Chromie. Actually, there is a way that the card would be a little bit better if we saw, like, a return of, like, a Highlander card. And then you could use Muldara, but it'd have to be the old style where... Well, not old style. If your deck started with no copies, you know? Okay, because this is Warrior, I have to try to bum rush as much as I want to keep the Ziliax in my hand. I have to Egg Bearer. I have to go for the egg. Let's see if we can get an 80% win rate. I wanted that. I wanted that so bad. Oh. At least it didn't hit the Umbra, I guess. At least it did not hit the Umbra. Okay. I will say this. Yeah. I'm also in that boat where I've played against the deck once because it isn't anything really that special. Yeah, sure they have like RNG that sometimes they'll be able to... It's just, I don't know, it feels like the same old deck that Warrior's been doing for literally years. It's the same reason why I've had issues with Paladin in the past. I think Paladin right now is in a weird spot where the decks don't feel exactly the same, so I'm not, like, complaining about it too much anymore. Orbit Swarm. But yeah, I will say this. If we get hammed for our egg, I am calling it quits for the night. But truth be told, I probably will be calling quits not this game, but the game after.
All forms of life will be crushed.
Yeah, I think it's just also because, like, I haven't, like, seen Paladin in a while, so I'm just like, yeah, Paladin's fine now. I could slam this down, but I don't feel like doing that. Actually, we probably should have used Morbid Swarm, truth be told. I think, still, though, the deck that I am, like, most annoyed by facing against constantly, or not constantly, but still, after all this time, is Protoss Mage. I still have a big problem with Protoss Mage. I get it, the deck isn't, like, top tier, like, really top tier anymore, but that is the deck that I am sick and tired of seeing. Protoss... Priest, I'm getting to that point too, but it's not as bad. Here's the egg. Thanks for popping my egg. Context then. Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably, honestly speaking, if we win this game, we probably will just call this. This will probably be the last game. Once the mini set comes out, I will try to go longer. We'll try to go back to the 3 hours. But right now, when we're just playing, like, this deck feels good. It feels decent. So, but I've gotten all the footage I need for it, so. The best thing about the scenario we're in... I was going to say, the best thing about the scenario we're in is the fact that they have no way to deal with the big minion.
My people will regret their backside.
Like, I could pop everything here, but I don't feel like popping it. Because most likely, even if they have a brawl, we'll end up with at least one 20-20. If they have two brawls, then... I mean, that could be a little bit of a problem. I guess they could do Hydration Station. But yeah, I'm glad whoever suggested doing Egg Quest DK. I can't give them the exact request that they had, but I can at least give them partial of the requests that they had, which is pretty nice. I also realized I probably shouldn't have put that on that right now. That's okay. What cards could you have in hand, buddy? I know you use all you can eat, so 2 of those cards are not Brawl. Actually, 3 of those cards definitely aren't Brawl because... yeah. I mean, we got a 20-20 to survive, right? That's all we need to see. Now, can we get Ooze? That isn't Ooze. But we had game in hand anyways. Alright, now that we're through the games, how did this deck turn out? It actually felt excellent for once. I had a different DK list scheduled for this week. However, that one really didn't feel that strong after playtesting it on both stream and off stream for a bit. This one ended up with a 75% win rate across the 20 games we ended up playing with the deck, which was insane. This is a deck that I had not expected to do so well, and honestly speaking, it makes a lot of sense. There aren't a lot of silences currently in Standard, and the only thing that you really have to worry about is maybe a Shaman using Hex, but most of the time you can actually win quite a few games by just establishing a bunch of eggs on the board, and it makes it very difficult for most opponents to deal with. Elise is actually incredibly strong in the list as a way to both trigger Khelos and just give your eggs a bunch of attacks, so if you have a board full of them, they can go all face, doing a bajillion damage that way, since most people will just ignore them and go face against you. Overall, if you're looking for a deck to use Egg of Khelos in, this is a great one for y'all to try out. But before we end the video, special thanks to our channel members of Daniel Nascimento and Ruben. If you want to join the channel memberships, there are 3 tiers, but if you can't afford to do that, you can always comment, like, subscribe if you haven't already, turn on the notification button if you have, use the new hype button that does something, and all of those will help out the channel just as much. But until next time, bye-bye.